Well, this is definitely something different. I'm in Glen Etive, so join me and let's see where this video takes us this morning. So it's really unusual that you come to Glen Etive, you drive the 14 miles all the way to the car park that's in there, and you get a car park space. So this is the first time I've been here that I've been able to park in nearly a year. But hey, how blessed am I this morning? Look at that water, it's absolutely mirror-like. So I found my first composition. I'm going to see if I can get an image here of that big huge boulder, this boulder and that boulder, because when you take photographs and you've got objects in it, judges like odd numbers. So I've got 3 big objects, so I'm classing them as my 3 big odd number objects. I've got the jetty in the background, and I've got Loch Etive that's sweeping all the way around. Right, so I'm going to take 2 or 3 different images here. But I'm going to take 2 or 3 different images. I'm going to use the rocks as subject matter. But what I'm really trying to do is I'm going to try and take shots for different elevations. So I've got a high shot, a medium level shot, and then a low shot, just so we can see what the differences are. I'm playing about with the compositions of the rocks. There's a danger that, depending on where I stand, they kind of overlap. So we don't want that. We want kind of separation. So I'll move around these rocks, and when I've finished, I'll share these images with you now. Right, so what I've spotted is over in the far, my right bit in the camera is left, because using the rule of thirds I'm putting the tree in the top left in my image, and the reason I'm putting the tree in the top left of the image is because I want that reflection in the bottom. So I've got kind of rule of thirds, you've got your grid, top left, reflection, and then I've got space here on the right hand side, and I've also got the edge of the loch in the water. So what I'll do is I'll take 2 or 3 shots, I'll do a vertical, I'll try a portrait shot as well, and if they turn out, I'll share those images with you now. I don't know if you can hear it, but across the water over on the mountains there, the stags are rucking, so they're doing their big bellowing sound. So pretty cool actually. Right, so what I'm trying to do here is I'm just trying, there's mist on the top of the mountains, just at the top here. So I'm trying to capture a couple of shots before that mist disappears. I put the drone up, so hopefully I've caught a couple of shots with the drone and the mist in the distance. I've taken a couple of panos. So if they've worked out, I'll share those images with you now. Right, so the other thing I'm doing this morning is I'm using the half grad, ND grad filter, the circular one, because I'm trying to brighten up the foreground, but I'm trying to darken the sky because the clouds this morning are quite dramatic at times, and I must admit it's quite beautiful. So the shapes and the colours and the smoothness of the sky with the clouds in it is really impressive. So I'm trying to make the best use of it before they disappear. So what I'll do is I'm going to start to move downriver, and then I'll try and find more areas of interest, and then I'll catch back at our next spot. Alright, before I wander further up, I've got a nice image here. So what I'm trying to do is get some there's a rock in front of me over here, and I'm trying to just get the right composition, so try and get the horizon. Don't quite want the horizon in the middle because I want a bit of foreground, so I'll have the horizon line in the top third, and then I'm going to use this rock here as a wee bit of foreground interest, plus it's pushing me up, and as I go up I've got a kind of triangle shape with a mountain here, or a diamond shape, but I've got a flow coming in for the right to left, I've got a flow coming in for left to right, and I've got the same compositional lines from the mountains. So take these shots, and if they turn out, if they work, I'll share them with you now. I'm just going to walk up the edge of the River Etive now, just to see if there's any other compositions I can get, because it's really quiet. It's really still, other than the odd stag doing its rut and screaming and moaning and doing what it does to attract those females. It's dead quiet, and there's not that many people here. There's 2 or 3, but not that many. So I did think, now we're at the end of September, we would have no midges, but there are 1 or 2. But to be fair, they're not crazy, so they're bearable without a net or a jacket. Right, I'll keep walking and let's see what we can find. I'm just going to walk in so far because it's, oh, that's quite deep. Right, I've got a wee composition in front of me here that looks quite nice. Hopefully I've not ruined it with the ripples. But there's that little island straight in front of me. I'm trying to hurry up so that the ripples don't reach it. Although the ripples might make quite a nice effect actually. Right, so I've got the wee island in the foreground. I've got the mountain in the background. I've got the reflections. Because I stepped in the water, I have added a few ripples right enough. But there's some light shining on the top of those mountains. So I'm going to zoom in closer and see if I can get a bit of the light on the mountain. I'm focusing in on the mountain, and that's actually quite nice. I'm just checking my histogram because I've put an ND grad filter on to darken the sky. So I'm about a 20th of a second, f8, ISO 100. I'm hoping those trees will pop because there's quite a nice glow behind some of them. And the top of that hill is getting really well lit up. It's actually quite nice. Right, I'm going to take 2 or 3 here, and these images I take here, I'll share them with you now, and then we'll move on. Right, so I've just seen those twigs, but I've managed to get the twig, I think, in the gap. Let me just move this over a wee bit, just to make sure I've got that in the gap. Right, I want the tops of the trees in my image as well. So as you can see, we've got those trees sticking up, and they should be between a gap between the 2 rocks, and then we'll have the line of trees in the background. So I'm hoping that image could be quite nice. If it is, I'll keep just tweaking just to make sure I've got the tops of the trees in my image, because it's difficult to see when I'm at this level. And if that works out, I'll share that image with you now. Alright, I'm being really quiet. I'm trying to sneak up behind a tree. There's a stag feeding on the other side of the river, so hopefully I can catch it. I'm trying to stay behind the bush. I'll turn the camera and see if you can see it. Right, I need my long lens, so I'll get set up, and here's hoping we can get this. Alright, so clearly I'm no threat to it because I'm too far away. I'm on the other side of the river. It's sat down now. It's quite comfortable, and the other big deer's behind it. I'm just checking I managed to get these a deer, a female deer. Oh dear, that's a terrible joke. Oh dear, here we go again. Right, let me try this again. I just want to make sure these are sharp. I'm shooting at f2.8. I'm shooting at 2/50th of a second and ISO 100. So hang about here for 5 more minutes. If I get any more interesting type images, I'll share these with you now. Well, I hope those deer shots turned out. Right, I'm just following this trail. So as you can see, there's a trail through the woods. I know it leads up to the roads somewhere, but I don't know where yet because I want to go up to the white cottage and try and get that kind of iconic Glen Etive shot of the white cottage looking down. When I passed, there was a yellow car in front of it. I'll take the shot anyway because there's a good chance that using generative AI, I could replace the car. But anyway, I'll try and find my way back to the road. So I'll catch up when I get to the cottage. You know, it's always tricky walking through woods that you've never been in before. Only because you're trying to make sure you can keep your bearings, and I'm sure the road's on my left. If I turn round, you'll get to see. I mean, it's really pretty. I'm going to see if I can take a shot there. I took a couple of shots round the corner. So if those 2 shots and this shot turns out, I'll share them with you now. Then we'll go and find the road. Right, so I found the road. I just need to figure out how to get on it. Right, now to walk and go and find this cottage. It's definitely this direction. Right, I can hear a waterfall. So there's a waterfall near the cottage. So I'm not far. I've actually just walked around the corner. This is the iconic shot of the cottage with Glen Etive in the background. There's a Dutch yellow car there. However, we can try and get rid of that. Right, look at these waterfalls. They're pretty cool. Oh, I do like a wee waterfall. Right, I'm going to take a couple of shots of this cottage, and if I can get these iconic shots, I'll share the cottage shots with you now. Right, I hope you liked those cottage images. Right, now let's have a wee crack at this waterfall. This is pretty nice actually. I'm going to take the ND grad off it because we don't need the ND grad. I'm still using these KNFC filters, and actually they're actually really good. I used them when I shot the TVR photographs, and the polarizer's brilliant for taking the glare off the windows. So if you've seen that video, that was the last video I posted, you're able to see the people through the windscreens, and that's the effect the polarizer actually has. Right, I'm going to zoom in here and see if I can get quite a nice wee composition. I'm conscious of the way, the direction that the water's flowing. My histogram's quite good. I just want enough of the water, so because it's getting a wee bit, I'll put it up to f14 just to get a darkness, because I want to keep ISO 100 and I want to keep 1/5 of a second, and I'm just going to zoom in just to check and see if that water is the way I like it. Oh, and it is. Right, I'm going to take 2 or 3 other images, and when I'm finished, I'm going to share these waterfall photos with you now. If anybody wants to book the cottage, there's the details. Beautiful cottage in a stunning location. How beautiful is this? I'm absolutely gobsmacked. I've actually managed to get here this morning and managed to get a parking space. That's unreal. Oh, wow. That kind of salty smell for the sea loch. The sun hitting the hills in the distance there. The stags rutting away. Wow, look at that, the light just hitting the edge of that hill there. Right, I'm going to head back to the van, head back to the car. I'm going to try and stop at a couple of spots on the way back, so we'll catch up if I manage to get stopped, because it's getting harder and harder now, especially down Glen Etive, but hopefully we'll catch up soon. Alright, so I've stopped at a location that I've been to a good while ago. There used to be a really nice waterfall here, but the water's pretty low, so what I'll do is I'll keep walking and I'll find out. There's a nice big waterfall up there. I'll see if I can take a photo of that, and if it turns out, I'll share that image with you. Right, I'll keep walking and let's go and see if we can find this waterfall. Right, I found it. I was a wee bit of a trek, I think, because everything's so overgrown. I really struggled to find it, but if I turn the camera around, there you'll see it's got a beautiful blue base. But the other thing I've noticed is there's like a man-made, I don't know if it's a measurement thing, which has never really been there before, so it's obviously been monitored. And I don't know if that's a monitor for the water level or what, but I've never seen that before. But anyway, what I'll do is I'll take 2 or 3 different shots here, because this is probably going to be my last stop. And I'll share any images I take, I'll share them with you now. Alright, so I think I'm going to finish the video here. Here's hoping we can make a video out of this. It's been a while since I've been down at Glen Etive. It's absolutely calm, peaceful, absolutely beautiful this morning. I know it's been really dull, but the dullness of the clouds actually helps with the water. So it does actually reduce the amount of highlights that are on the water. But anyway, it's been a great morning, absolutely loved it. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do, because you know it's free. And if you press the bell notification, that will let you know the next time I post a video. So thanks very much for watching, and here's to the next video.